We are live from Millbridge Village Camp Resort in Ronks, Pennsylvania, smack dab in the middle of Amish country. I'm Steve Turtle. I don't even know my name. I'm Steve Turtle. I'm your host for tonight, if I can talk. Technical difficulties. Hold on. You'd think I'd get used to this stuff every once in a while. All right. Would you consider a Tab 400 for your next RV? We'll talk about that a little bit later. We're going to talk a little bit about some work camping, full-time RVing, and a Tab 400. If this is your first time here, you should subscribe and ring that bell. If you ring the bell, you'll get a notification every time I post a new story. If you're a return visitor, welcome back. I sure do appreciate you coming by and saying hello. We're going to have a good time tonight. We're going to have a good show. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. Got a really good guest tonight. Loving Life Hitched Up. Great couple. They're going to talk a little bit about their Tab 400 and some of their adventures and some of their modifications to their Tab 400. A whole lot of good stuff. If you have questions about a Tab 400 or something that you'd like to ask them, make sure you put that in the chat. Tonight's topic, of course, the Tab 400 from Loving Life Hitched Up. Work camper news, jobs, and gate guard info. I got a little bit I want to tell you about that. We're going to have a super chat giveaway. I already put the links in the chat for last week's super chat supporters. Great people. They were very gracious last week. I sure do appreciate that. And if you get a chance, click on their links and go over and check out their channels and tell them hi and Steve Turtle sent you. The giveaway question comes from Loving Life Hitched Up's video. The link is in the chat. We'll have the giveaway a little bit later. I think we're going to do a $20 Amazon e-gift card tonight. Since everybody was so good last week, we had a lot of people that was giving. We'll have some community shout outs a little bit later. And then if we have any time, we'll have a Workampers update and you can ask Steve Turtle or Jill Turtle, anything you want. I think there's a chance that Jill might come up here and talk to you a little bit too. She just did a video last week. All right, who we got in here? Oh my goodness, I'm way behind. Rowdy One, he's camping. Where are you camping, Rowdy One? And he already gave his numbers for Super Chat. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. Jill says you are disqualified. Frank Midson, how are you, sir? Thank you so much for coming by. Spend a little time with us. Camping therapy. She's out camping. Fancy that. She says her signal's not the greatest, but she's going to stick around as long as she can. Griswold Family Vacay. It's good to see you here. Hi, I sure do appreciate you coming by. Full-time Dream. Hello, how are you, sir? And ma'am. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're stopping by. Nursing Our Travel Bug. Greetings. Thank you for coming by. JJ and AJ Gaming Squad. How are you? Thanks for coming by. Sure do appreciate it. James Cantonese, how are you? I hope you're doing okay up there. Is it starting to snow yet? You know, you'll get snow before me. He's all the way up there in, what do they call that? Lake Effect snow area. It's good to see you, James. I hope you're doing okay. Artists on the Road, how are you? Oh my goodness, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming by. And Susan, Lucky Dog Production Moderator. Hi, Susan. I know it's nice and toasty warm down there in Florida. We're starting to cool off a little bit up here. Had to go get a long sleeve shirt on. Tim T in Florida. I guess you are from Florida. So hello, how are you? Send some of that sunshine up here, sir. Our Vision Nomadic Living. How are you? Thanks for coming by. Happy Place Diaries. Hi. Thanks for coming by. Sure do appreciate it. Judy, Ron's out. Ron's out hunting, I guess, unless he's just sitting in a tree for fun. What's he hunting? Deer? Oh, deer. James says no snow. And of course, Camping Therapy says, hi, lucky dog. I don't know why I even said that. Okay, so everybody's been said hello to, and everybody's introducing each other. So as this live stream goes along, you see somebody over there in the chat and you don't recognize them. Remember their channel and go over and check them out. Leave them a comment. Tell them Steve Turtle sent you. Last year in December, a young lady named Diane from PBS called me up and said she'd be interested in coming out and doing an interview. And I was like, sure, I would love to, have PBS come out and do an interview of Steve Turtle. And I thought that was really, really cool. So her and her cameraman came down, and it was cold. I'm not clicking right. Her and her cameraman came down. It was really cold. We did an interview. We talked and discussed some things, and they took a lot of video, and then they went away. And I didn't hear from them for a while. They were going out to quartzsite. They went out there in January, and they met with Bob Wells and a whole bunch of other YouTubers, and they started to develop this story. And it's been in the making since December. Well, of course, COVID came along and everything changed, and everything was sort of on hold. And, even today, things are still on hold. But anyway, we touched bases again, and they said the story's back on. And they said they were going to finish the story. So they ended up making two stories, two videos. They released one last week, and they released one yesterday, last night. And I put the one that was released last night, I put that in the chat, and it has Steve Turtle in it. It has Bob Wells in it, and a whole bunch of other good YouTube channels like Serene and Simple Life, Camping Size Living, and Carol Beeks from Glorious Life on Wheels, and Shalane from Grassroots Living even makes an appearance. It's a pretty good story. I thought that they did a really good job. It's about how YouTube channels monetize. It's mostly about van life, but obviously it's about RV life as well. So I thought they did a really good job, and I'm proud to have been a part of it and humbled that they asked me to do so. So I dropped the link down in the chat, and if you want to watch it, go over there and check it out. I think it's about 8 minutes. But don't leave me. Don't go away. Now, the first video is about Making Sense. The series is Making Sense series, Unfinished Business, Hitting the Road. The story is called These Retirement Age Nomads Find Work Wherever the Roads Take Them. That's the first story they did, and it's more about, retirees and becoming nomads. I have that link on our community page on our channel. So if you want to go over and click on that, you can. It'll actually take you to Economic Refugee RV YouTube channel, which posted the PBS story. So it'll help them out and also help PBS out. Have you ever thought like this after you've been camping? Hello, Sunday. Can I ask you a question? Why are you always back so quickly? Don't you have a hobby? I'm not ready to go home and go back to work. Sundays come too quick when you go out and camping. You drive out Friday afternoon after you get off work, you get set up, you have your campfire, you drink a couple beers, eat some food, cook a marshmallow, go to bed, and then the next thing you know, Sunday, you're packing up, going home. It's just the way it works. Moving right along. I'm gonna look at our chat a little bit. Everybody's chatting it up. I sure do appreciate that. That's great. That's exactly what you guys are supposed to do. See. I see Loving Life Hitched Up is here. I don't know if I said it, but it's TJ in red. I apologize if I didn't say that. Harry Leisure, how are you, sir? Yeah, the first video, Harry had me in a couple times, and Jill was in it as well. Yeah, Jill was in it. The second one was mostly Bob Wells, but then he had a number of other work campers that were in it, and that's the one that I posted the link to in the chat. Christian Nomad, how are you? Thanks so much for coming by. I sure do appreciate that. Frank, you're not old. Okay. Last week's Super Chat was sponsored by, our Super Chat giveaway was sponsored by Blue Wave Odyssey, James Cantonese, Rowdy One's better half, and B Bear. And I didn't see B Bear here tonight. Bless her heart. She's out in Oregon. That's supposedly some state in the Northwest. Last week's winner was Frank Mitson, and he said he just wanted to turn that money around and put it right back into the Super Chat fund. So that's what we did, and I appreciate that. Like I said earlier, this week's giveaway is for $20. We're going to do a $20 Amazon e-gift card. You know the game. Whatever we get, we split and give it away. We had, like I said, we had a very generous crowd last week, and the question is up in the chat, or excuse me, the video, and where the hold on, let me get my mouth straight and my tongue untied. The video that the question comes from is in the chat. The link's in the chat. And I also posted it on my community page. All right, moving right along. Here we go. How about TJ in red? You ready to come in? Give me a thumbs up. And all right, here we go. TJ in red from Loving Life Hitched Up. Great people, and they're going to tell you a little bit about themselves and their Tab 400.
Hi, Steve. Thank you so much for having us on your show. We're
absolutely
big fans of the channel. So
absolutely.
And yeah, we have a little Tab 400, which is the talk of every campground.
Yeah, so we originally, obviously I'm TJ, she's red, in case you haven't picked up on that along the way. But yeah, we started our little channel not too long ago. We went out there and just jumped in.
Mm-hmm. Just kind of started shooting really for my students so that they can kind of get an idea of what our rig was like and what camping was like, because I teach inner city kids who really haven't had that much exposure to being out, you know, camping and stuff like that.
RVing and you know, even though our families were like, you know, why and how come? But we originally hadn't started out thinking this year was going to be the year. We do a lot of traveling, and obviously with, you know, COVID going on, that was going to be very difficult. And we had been in the process of thinking about RVing and buying one and going to the shows and watching 1,000 hours of YouTube videos on which is the best one and which variety and all that good fun stuff. And we decided, well, this is the year because we still want to travel, but how can we do it a little bit more controlled and a little bit more safe in regards to not having to stay in motel rooms and airports and all that other, you know, kind of stuff. But coming from our state of Jersey, we forgot the rest of you folks out there in the world to pump your own gas. We don't pump gas in Jersey here. So, you know, thankfully we thought, you know, after the first stop, like, we need rubber gloves. We need rubber gloves in the truck so we can pump gas. But yeah, that was the impetus for us jumping in quicker than our original plan, right. Because we wanted to get out there and experience life and, you know, do it in a more controlled way.
So did you say they quit pumping gas in Jersey?
No, in Jersey.
Oh, okay.
You have a gas station attendant takes care of that for you. So you don't have to worry about touching the dirty pump or any of that stuff.
We're not allowed to. Apparently, we're not smart enough to pump our own gas here.
No, it's funny because we were going to the Jersey Shore, and wound up in the Poconos. Don't ask why.
Wrong turn. Okay.
And when we come across, went into Jersey, I didn't realize that they pumped the gas. I got out and the guy goes, "Wait, no, hold on."
Well, that's how I realized we were back in Jersey on our way back, because we pull up to the gas station and he's not getting out. I said, "Honey, you got to pump." We're in Jersey. I said, "Oh yeah, I forgot. It's been so long."
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. So how long have you been RVing now?
We have been RVing since June 20th.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually we
did a weekend before that, a shakedown before jumping on the road for 2.5 months.
Right.
Just so we knew which was the front and the back. We figured that might help. But yeah, so basically just so far this summer, that's it.
Yeah, so we're newbies.
Yeah, brand newbie.
Well, it's an adventure. You know, you get enough knowledge that you know what you're doing, and you can get there safely, and you learn a lot. And you know, a lot of people get frustrated, and you're going to have accidents. You're going to have problems. You're going to lose things or forget things, or it's just all part of it. And you know, you just got to take it in stride and hopefully come out safely.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the main thing.
Or when you come in and all of a sudden your wife says, "What's this screw for that's laying on the middle of the floor?" And you spend like the next 25 minutes looking around trying to find the hole where that screw is supposed to be.
But he found it.
Yeah, found it.
And it wasn't a big deal, thank goodness.
It's a minor little thing, but you know, something to take into consideration when you're doing this.
Yeah, we're I guess we're open to whatever happens, you know. It's like you said, it's an adventure. Every day is different.
Right.
And, you know, we wanted safety, we just stay home. We want to get out there and see what's going on.
Yeah, no, we couldn't think, you know, of just staying put. You know, it's kind of not really in our genes. We like to be out and experience everything, everywhere. And, you know, this, you know, like a lot of folks that it's funny when we started doing this, when we'd mentioned to people we're doing it, almost everyone we mentioned to says, "Oh, I always wanted to do that. I always wanted to rent an RV or get an RV and drive across the country." And, you know, and then there's always followed by the, but, you know, this or that or life or whatever comes in the way. And, you know, we just kind of woke up
we decided
one morning and said,
life's too short. Let's do it now.
Let's just go.
Yeah, a lot of people have come to that decision.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. It is. There's a lot of factors and a lot of, you know, reasons why not. But you know, you just have to make that decision and go for it.
Yeah, and honestly, it was the best decision we ever made.
Yeah.
Because we were able to travel and we were able to have, you know, obviously our own bed, our own kitchen, our own bathroom. So our exposure was limited, and we just went to so many great places.
Yeah.
And we're just actually still putting up videos from our trip. We took so much video and we haven't caught up yet in posting everything.
Oh, and that's a struggle too. We've got hold on, wrong people. Nope, hold on. It moves too fast for me. There it is. Rowdy one. He wants to know, what is a Tab 400?
So Tab 400 is made by the company NuCamp, and it is their largest teardrop that they make. They make several smallers, the 320C, CS, you know, and all the varieties, which means the CS is the clamshell where the back end opens up and your kitchen is on the exterior. But Tab 400 is self-contained with wet bath, kitchen, dining room, kitchen, and all that stuff, and the bed all contained on the interior. It's just over 18 and a half feet long from ball to bumper. So
very well made. They're made by it's an Amish
made cabinetry, you know, dovetail drawers, you know, hardwoods, all that good stuff with aluminum skin from front all the way back, one piece for the roof, and then the sides are the Asdale composite that's used in, you know, quite a lot of the RVs that are out there nowadays.
They look very high end. I mean, they look like they've got a lot of quality built into them.
Yeah, they do, and you know, it's one of the things, you know, I probably spend 1.5 million hours trying to decide, because at one point we were buying an A, then a C, then a B plus, then
we're all over the place.
Yeah, I would need about 3 garages to keep all the RVs that we were originally planning to buy. And we just kept coming back to the iconic shape and that kind of cute factor, and all that
easier to tow
and all that. But I think it was the draw of the simplicity of the teardrop. For what we were doing, we felt like that would match. The day we actually bought it, we were towing a 28-foot Avia, which is NuCamp's like full size, no zero slide. They call it the Airstream Killer. Try to draw that category. And it was all good until trying to back it into a parking spaces and all that. I'm like, yeah, no. Let's go back to the 400.
Let's stick to our original plan. Go with the little one.
Just a little out of my skill set at the moment for towing. So, but yeah, tremendously well made. We like the fact that even the company stands behind their product
right.
tremendously, which is huge because, if you watch enough YouTube videos, you always run across folks that have had, horrible things happen, and the stories can be pretty scary. You're sinking a lot of money in, and for folks that, they sell everything and then they jump out on the road and then their house is shot, with a major catastrophe, it's kind of scary in that regard. So, we're planning on living full time in it as of yet, but that is in the future. So
it is kind of small, but I am claustrophobic. I am actually highly claustrophobic. So I was a little concerned when we first went into this thing, but you know what? I don't feel any kind of closure. Yeah, I guess it's all the windows.
Yeah, it's a lot of windows. So, and the windows are relatively large, so you don't get that, squeezed in kind of feeling.
Right, you don't get that closed in feeling. So
yeah, because even when we, if we ride an elevator, which is very rare, if anyone else tries to get in the elevator with us, we have to get out.
Yeah.
That's the claustrophobia factor.
I'll share my air with him. I'm not sharing it with anybody else.
And I'm only allowed to breathe limited, so we don't run out.
So I'm sure you have a couple reviews of your camper on your channel.
We did. We did a real quick, walk around. And if you go back to that one, you'll see in its original configuration. And then we did a more detailed one. But in the middle of that, one of the first things we did to our tab 4 was we changed the color.
Right.
We looked at all the varieties, the layouts, and there are certain different layouts within the Tab 400 itself, whether you get a 3-way fridge, 2-way fridge, closet, no closet, all that. But the one thing that they didn't have was they didn't have the color we wanted and the layout that we wanted, and actually the color we wanted didn't exist. So we could come close, but not exactly. So one of the first things we started talking about changing the color. So on our brand new, never been out of our driveway rig, we broke out
Plasti Dip
spray cans of Plasti Dip, and over the course of about a weekend, I changed the trim color on the exterior.
I think it looks awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
I think a lot of folks, when they say, like, oh, I didn't know it came in that color. Yeah, it doesn't come in that color. You got to make it come in that color.
It's a man that loves me. I want to make me happy, but makes me happy.
Listen,
camping therapy has that same color scheme, that blue, that teal blue. Yeah, she has that same scheme.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It is nice because I think, with that kind of retro teardrop shape, and that it's actually
Cadillac.
No, it's from their hot rod line of Plasti Dip colors, and it goes back to like the 50s, the old hot rods from the 50s. They're turquoise. They call it hot rod turquoise or whatever it is. So that was like the perfect hue. And I think, you combine that with that old style teardrop shape, people think, one guy actually thought it was like an antique, like, dude, this thing is old. It looks good. I'm like, dude, it's like
vintage,
It's 3 months old. It's not.
Yeah, it's 3 months old.
We had somebody else ask, can you stand inside of that? Like, yeah, you can stand. It's not a crawl in. Somebody else was questioning, oh, you don't have a TV, do you? What do you do? I'm like, no, we do have a TV. We barely watch it, but we do have a TV.
Yeah, no, the inside is 6'5", believe it or not. I mean, obviously when it, tapers down towards the bed, but the walking area inside is 6'5", which is more than height than I need. That's for sure.
Yeah, and we have a full tour of the outside and the inside on our channel.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about your awning.
So what we had, it doesn't come with a factory awning, but what it had is that Keter rail, which is like a groove that runs around the entire perimeter, top and bottom. So we got our awning from a vendor, Dottie Hill Designs. So, she makes these, it's kind of like a mom and pop kind of, and there's variety. Some of them are like the brim of a cap. And then, others, we wanted a larger one with some weather resistance, and obviously had to be teal to go with our color scheme. So we ordered this, and it's pretty simple setup. It's got that Keter rail flexible line that goes in, and you feed that into that groove, and it follows the contour, and then support poles on the outside. And you get an awesome amount of shade. Pretty good in the wind. We did have 2 storms. Well, there was one morning where we took the precaution because we kind of heard it flapping around. There was a lot of rain. So, and we were right by the beach. Yeah. So we said, you know what, we better get out there. And the upside to not being like a hard, framed is worst case scenario. If it flops around in the wind, it's just going to flop around in the wind. There's no metal poles or anything rigid like that that's going to, bend or break. So, and it folds up pretty small. So space is limited in a small camper, so you got to be able to store everything away.
Yeah, any size RV, storage is always an issue. Yeah, it's always an issue.
Oh yeah.
Well, you would be surprised at how much storage is inside of that, because when we came back, actually we filmed a little clip, we haven't put it up yet, of how much we actually stored inside. Now, I'm a minimalist, so I could not believe that I had that much clothes and things we picked up along the way. We were amazed.
And we want to apologize to all of those YouTube videos that we watched that said, don't bring all this junk because you're not going to need it. We took half of what we thought we were going to bring. And when we got home, we realized we need about 1/3 of the half of the junk we didn't bring anyway. They were clothes that never made it out of the closet.
Yeah, I can understand. Why did we do this?
Yeah, it's like we brought way too much junk. So, we did learn a massive amount of things from YouTube. We greatly appreciate it. We didn't follow that lesson, but, live and learn, right?
We will next.
Live and learn. It's an adventure.
Yeah. And what we did find is so many people, whether it be YouTube or the RV community or the forums or even out in the campgrounds, how amazingly helpful and nice everybody is in the community, which I think is awesome. And even during all this like COVID stuff, everybody, would keep distance and wave and, all be polite and all that stuff like that. But everybody understood most people wanted a little space, which was really cool. So, worked out really well.
But there were a few times when people came over and said, "Oh, what is this?" And asked a few questions. And I said, "Well, do you want, take a peek?" Yeah, and they would look inside, because really you can see the whole thing from the door. It's not like you have to walk around.
Right.
So, yeah.
But it is definitely, if you get a chance to ever jump in one, it is, you can, like I said, when you feel the walls are made out of, 3/4, plywood, the interior walls, there's no luan, everything is what do you call it? Laminated, for obviously moisture reasons, but it is tremendously well made. So
from watching the videos, I could tell it was well made.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're very happy with the quality. So far, we've had one screw come out. That one we found on the middle of the floor, and a little rubber stopper where the lid for the sink came out. That popped out of the screw hole.
After 5,000 miles.
Yeah, not too bad for 5,500 miles. So.
And we really liked our dealership as well. And our salesperson, Terry, the first time we met her at one of the RV shows, we walked away saying, wow, we really like this person. And we really felt like she was trustworthy. And that was also one of the reasons.
That was a huge thing when we finally decided, because we narrowed it down to a few varieties, and then did massive amount of research, because knowledge is power. You got to know what you're getting into. Spending money, and nobody wants to waste money unless I guess you're filthy rich. Then it doesn't matter. But most of us want to get some value out of what we work hard for. So in the end, we had 2 contenders, and then it came down to a few stores of folks buying a NuCamp product that were not even in warranty, and they honored a non-owner warranty repair. Replaced a floor in a camper that was soft, and I thought that was pretty cool. And we contacted, and she instantly knew who we were for meeting us at RV show.
She actually remembered
us. And that was it. And these folks in the middle of all this craziness, they did everything they could to let us come and look and keep space. And it was the right. We went back in it there, and we knew the second we went inside, it's like, yeah, no, this is the right camper for us. This works for us, and we like each other. So we wanted something that we could hold hands the whole time, because we do that whole interlocked finger thing. But that's pretty much how we walk around all day. As long as we keep our fingers locked together, she could be in the bed and I could be in the dining room, and we don't have to let go of our hands.
Yes, yes. Yeah, everything's close in an RV.
Yeah.
Especially this one. We say, it's not enough to love each other. You actually have to really like each other to be in this RV.
Yes. Well, that's okay. Some people may not. They just go out and sit by the campfire.
There you go. Yeah, that works too.
Big world out there, right?
That's right.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so anything you want to change about it in the future? You got future upgrades, or you thinking about doing some things to it?
Yeah, there's two things that first thing I want to do, and I'm hoping to be able to do it before the end of the winter, is I want to add, and it doesn't have, which surprisingly, there's no external hookup for propane to run like a Blackstone grill or an exterior. Yeah. So that's something I would want to do, because buying those, little screw-in things is a pain in the butt. And the size of it doesn't really give you an opportunity, haul around, another big propane tank. So, cooking outside, in a small rig in the summer, you don't really want to heat it up, and, the mess. It's, sometimes cooking outside for certain things is much better. So definitely an exterior, what do you call it?
Propane hookup.
Yeah, propane hookup. And the other thing, it's not really a modification to it, because I don't know how you could change the trailer, but I need to get I call it a fart cart, or a, honey wagon,
tank.
Because that's the small trailer, small tank. They kind of go together. So we were in a spot for 8 days, without sewer, and it's like, all right, you got to go spit outside when you brush your teeth, because we're at the limit here, and and I don't want to have to hook it up and drive it 5 kilometers over so I can dump. But that RVing is a trade-off. We've learned very quickly that. There's no perfect rig, so you fix it, modify it, make it yours. Why we change the color, or you have to give and take. So that would be the two things that that would be in my list of things I would want to change. And you?
I guess I just need more teal.
More teal.
Maybe we paint the sides. I don't know.
We contemplating on the interior, on the cabinets. There's a little white swoosh, and I'm like, I'm sure if I work hard at it, I can turn that teal as well. But
no, that's
we haven't gotten that.
I don't remember. Now, what's the name of your camper?
It's the NuCamp Tab 400.
And it's called
name?
Toes in the Sand.
Yeah, Toes in the Sand.
Toes in the Sand.
In the sand. Yeah.
Now, do you have that sticker on your?
We do.
We have that on the back.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
I love the name. I think it's so cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a little kind of, everybody names, and we've read, actually there's one of the forums, Ron, they list everybody's names. So I'm like, oh, that's a cool name. Oh, that's a cool name. Somebody has that one. And then, we love the beach, we're big beach people, and, country music and all these other songs. And all of a sudden we were batting around names like crazy. And then Toes in the Sand, I said, no, but not toes on your feet, like being towed, obviously, because it's a travel trailer. And then when we made the sign, Tab, the Tab 400 brand uses the @ instead of a letter A in the logo itself. So we continued out on the vinyl, and the vinyl company was freaking out like, dude, it's spelled wrong. We don't want to print this because it's pretty big. And finally, we're like, that's what we wanted. And then we did put it on. And now that I have a drone, when I fly over the top, I can see that the top of the D is slightly lower than the other letters in the lettering, but you can't see it from the ground.
It's perfect.
But
he did a great job on that.
Perfect.
Yeah, it drives me crazy that's not perfect, but I'm going to say it's probably because the solar's crooked, not what I did.
Yes.
Now, honestly, I don't think I would change a thing. I love it. And even when we've talked and hoped that in the future we will be in it long term, I still feel like we would be comfortable there, and it has everything we need. I love even the bed. I sleep on the inside, so I don't know how the claustrophobic person got the side on the inside where it slopes down. So
I offered to take that.
he did offer. He did.
Yeah.
But I love it. I guess the only thing that I wish was different was the fact that our dinette also doubles as our
couch.
So if we're switching from one to the other, we have to move the cushion, and that can be a little bit of a pain in the neck.
It wasn't at first until we started realizing that, when you're camping in the wild and you're trying to upload a YouTube video that's going to take like 36 hours to upload on your hot synced phone, you can't hold it in your lap while you're trying to do all that editing stuff. So moving back and forth, showed up a little later on in the process, but it's all good.
Yeah. There's sacrifices that we make to have the things that we have. And, a light camper, small, you can tow it cheaper than a heavier camper. So, there's trade-offs. And we look at those all the time. There's trade-offs that we have, from full-time RVing and living in a house. Right. There's things that you have to give up, but we think it's worth it. So
absolutely.
That's what we do. And if it's worth it,
one of the things I added in the front, I added the aluminum, like there's the box or the box that holds the propane, but I added the boxes on either side of that so that I would have one for, fresh water and water supplies on one side, and the other side's all electrical. And that, it was a nice, beautiful platform that comes with the, the Boondock series, which is the off-road package or whatever you want to call it from NuCamp. And it was simple, a couple of drilled holes in the boxes right through the bracketing on the thing, 1, 2, 3. And that gave us a huge amount of outside space, as we all know, the more the merrier. It didn't really change the dynamics of the towing, tongue capacity or anything like that.
Right.
We were well below that. We tow with a Ford Ranger, the 2020 Ranger, and that's like a 700, tongue, and we're only in like 380s, 390s.
Yeah. So you're good.
Yeah, makes it much easier. And we added a bike rack in the front because we always take our bikes with us.
Right. I saw you got a video on that too, don't you?
Yes. Yeah, we did a video on that because we did stumble across something. I'm not going to give it away. You got to watch the video to find out the 2 drawbacks that I had on that. I love the bike rack, wouldn't change it, but there are 2 drawbacks that we did find out on that, and I did go over those in the video. So if you guys, check that out, you'll see. So you'll be prepared if you decide to do the same thing. And definitely.
So absolutely, if you're looking to change the color of your Tab 400, go over there and check out that video. If you're looking to put an awning on your Tab 400, check out the video. And and the bike rack and some other modifications they've done to their Tab 400. Really good stuff.
Added to our tab.
Some good adventures too.
Yeah,
we did.
Somehow Red talked TJ into going to a Cabbage Patch museum.
Reluctantly, but he did.
So what you have to do to make your woman happy, you do what you have to do because you love them, and you smile and you participate and you don't be a grump. Actually, the building itself is amazing. I could only imagine, I wrap my head around it thinking, if I owned this as like my house, sitting out in, the sun under the, little shade, nice, big lawn that I don't have to mow, somebody else mows for me because, that's the way it would be. But the building itself was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, the grounds are beautiful.
Yeah. And then they combined a great amount of history of the Cabbage Patch dolls, and then like a little store, on top of that, or a big store if you want to buy stuff. So it was pretty cool. And it was really close to where we were staying. So she does all the plotting and planning of where we're going and all that stuff. And we obviously decide together, but she's very organized.
That itinerary.
Yeah, itinerary, which is great, which helps because I'm not quite that organized. So it works out. And that was on the list of the things to do that day. So let's get to it. And it was fun. Definitely fun. And it was air conditioned. So how can you complain?
Exactly.
So
We weren't there that long.
No, it wasn't that long. It was good, but we had a good time. Yeah, we do like to adventure. We'll do pretty much anything, anywhere. You know, not afraid.
Except elevators, but yeah.
Yeah, no elevators or anything, any dangerous sports. Not allowed to do dangerous sports anymore. So, yeah.
Okay. So, any last parting comments?
Well, it's funny that I didn't realize that you're so close to home. You're about 2.5 hours from where we are.
Yeah.
Right. And actually, as a kid, I would go there. My parents, my brother, and I, we would all go to Lancaster, especially during the fall, because that's a great time for the corn. And just we get such a kick out of seeing the Amish, and food is amazing there. So that really is a great spot. I always wanted to go to Dutch Wonderland.
Yeah,
my parents never stopped at Dutch Wonderland. So we may have a video from there sometime dragging him to Dutchland.
She's gonna drag me to Dutch Wonderland and try to squeeze me into one of the little cars and drive around on the rides there. But we'll see. Maybe we'll have to get Steve to come over and help us. We'll do a collab at Dutch Wonderland.
Oh, Dutch Wonderland.
But yeah, no, our plans in the future, next summer, well, and I guess some people do like those big reveal things where, I don't know, we haven't worked out all that fun stuff yet. But next summer, we are actually heading up towards like the Black Hills, up in that neck of the woods. So between that, Michigan, we're still up in the air on trying to figure out that. But so probably a little less beaches next go round. And then, I just did get some mega picks for the lottery. So if we win, then we'll be retiring sooner than later.
Yeah.
Like the rest of us, all you need is 6 numbers.
That's it.
Good. But yeah, so we're going to continue making videos as long as people watch them, as long as we're having a good, fun at it. And we really, really appreciate you, having us on and give us a chance to talk about our tab. Definitely a camper if you're looking for something manageable, not crazy, but really, really well made. I would highly recommend checking out the tabs. So they go all the way down to those little coffin-like ones where you crawl in and just lay on your back and like you're in an MRI, but a little too small for us. But yeah,
definitely.
So,
well, it was wonderful to have you here. I think you got a lot to offer as far as videos in general, and the Tab 400. If people are looking for things to do with a Tab 400, get on over there and check them out. Become their friend, comment, give them a like. Tell them how much you appreciate them in the community.
We do. We appreciate you guys on YouTube, all your support, and we love checking out everybody's stuff.
Okay. And it's nice, and I'm sure we'll see you around.
Oh, yes.
You definitely
absolutely.
Will. Thank you, Steve.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Yep.
Good night.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Loving life hitched up. And I think somebody said that the link wasn't right. So I understand that the video question, the giveaway question link is not correct. I'm going to click on it. Hold on. I'm going to click on it. Oh, that's a good link. Hold on, I'm coming back. Here I am. I'm here. Oh my goodness, an invasion. Are you ready? Hold on, Jill wants to talk. You know how that goes. I got to give her the floor. She's gonna talk to you a little bit. She's got something she wants to share. You ready?
Yes.
You want over here?
Yes.
All right, hold on. I'm going to change seats for a minute.
Where do I look?
This is my camera.
Oh, okay. Not quite the seasoned pro that Steve is. Wanted to tell you about a book that I just finished reading. It is called The Reckoning. And I was all excited about this book, and I was telling a friend about it. I love this author. We're talking about Dave Balducci. And she said, oh, I love him. I said, you want to read this book? This is great. Wonderful. Love all his stories. Take the book over to her and I hand her the book. She goes, huh, John Grisham. Like, yeah, I guess so. So the book is The Reckoning. It is written by John Grisham. and it is set in World War II, just after World War II, but it's in 3 parts. And the reason I'm really recommending this book, I like World War II. I like the history of it. I like the civilian aspect of it, not so much on the actual military part of it. The book is written in 3 parts. The first part is the crime, which is the main point of the book, the trial, the sentencing. The second part gets into the main character's military history in World War II, starting in 1941 till the end of the war. And it focuses in on the Bataan Death March, which I know it happened and it wasn't good, and that's about all I knew about it. I started reading this and it just drew me in. I read 1/3 of the book, or a little less, in a few days. I read the other 2/3 in one sitting. It was so good. And even though I did have to skip over a little bit of the Bataan Death March descriptions, I know it happened. I don't need a visual, but excellent, excellent. And until you get to the end of the book, I will say I was a little disappointed with the very ending of it. I just expected more. But when you really think about what this woman's decision, how it affected all these characters in the book, it's really a good book. So that is what I can recommend. Steve has left the building. I guess he's leaving me in charge. I am not near as good as him. I cannot read comments and then respond to them. So I'm just going to say, hey, thanks a lot. And I hope you enjoyed that book. So it is John Grisham, although Dave Balducci is a good author. And it is The Reckoning. And look who's back. Alrighty. Now, may I go home now?
Yes.
Thank you. And don't forget this.
Yes. Oh, did you do it?
I did not do it.
Oh, okay. And we're back. I don't even know what she said. She could have said a whole bunch of lies about me. That's not good. All right, I want to go up and through the chat real quick and talk to everybody. I was going to talk about WorkAmper jobs and stuff like that, but I think I want to get on with some other stuff. Oh, bear with me for a minute. Jill, if you like history, read A Place Called Freedom. It's about early American history in Virginia. Michael Allen, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Thanks for coming by. Sure do appreciate it. Whoa, Nelly RV Adventures. How are you? It's sure good to see you. And I see Full-Time Dream still here. I dropped the link again, Full-Time Dream. It should be there, Judy. B-Bear, how are you? I thought you were absent. I'm sure glad you showed up. I even said Oregon right. I did. It's good to see you. And let's see, Full-Time Dream, James, Dreaming Out Loud RVing. Oh my goodness, it's good to have you here. I sure do appreciate it. Thanks for coming by. I think Dreaming Out Loud RVing is coming to Millbridge Village Camp Resort next week. That's going to be awesome, but I don't know. Maybe not. Did I mess that up, Paul? It's good to see you, B-Bear. I know how those grandchildren are. Griswold family vacay. Good. I know you're still here. I sure do appreciate that. I'll just go up through here real quick. Christian Nomad. Somebody had a question, popped in here and had a question, and I didn't get to answer it while we had our guest here. I liked to let everybody talk when they're a guest. Chris Peters, how are you, sir? It's good to see you. Thanks for coming by. Want everybody to feel like they're welcome. Tim's still spreading joy from Florida. Momo, I don't even know how to say this. Momo FT Wingless 08. And I know who you are, and it's good to see you. Thanks so much for coming by. Sure do appreciate it. I still don't know how to pronounce that name. Papa Catering Street Foods. He says, I am a nomad that travels with my income generating equipment. And I don't know what that is. And he wants to know, does anyone else as a nomad this way? I find that interesting, but I don't know what it means. If you're still here, Papa's Catering Street Food, let us know. What's your equipment? Okay, Full-Time Dream says it works, so that's good. Rowdy One says, explain Jill's new form of transportation. And I think he's trying to get me in trouble. And if I answered that, I probably would. So if you hadn't seen the latest video that Jill did, she did the narration in, you'd understand exactly what he's talking about. Oh, so it's a food truck. That's his equipment. I don't know. I think that's pretty good way to nomad with a food truck. Yeah. Okay, I got to get back on track. Here we go. Get that out of the way. We're going to come back and talk about, we're going to talk about it now. What time is it? Oh my goodness. No, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a giveaway. We're going to do the giveaway, Amazon e-gift card giveaway. And let me get my stuff here so I can get it straight. I don't want to say the wrong things. We got a question from Loving Life Hitched Up's video. It comes from their video, the Tab 400 modifications / storage. And in that video, hold on, let me get my head right because I don't want to do it wrong. You know how that goes. And I'm going to put the question in the chat, and the first person to answer it correctly will be our winner. And can't start yet. It's real easy. It's a yes, no. So if you don't know, I guess you could guess. But if you do know, it'll probably be quicker to just go ahead and say it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to drop the question in the chat. First person that types the right yes or no is going to win. And then all you got to do is send me a e-gift card. So you ready? Everybody ready? Get set. If Jill was here, she'd be all excited because she likes this stuff. On your mark, get set. All right, I'm dropping it. Here's the question. First person that answers it correctly, boom. This week's video question: does the 2020 NuCamp Tab 400 come with a stinky slinky storage? Yes or no? I don't know. I might have to get TJ and Red back in here to ask them. All right, I do appreciate everybody playing along with me. And the answer is, B Bear still, hold on. Does Rowdy One, if you answer one time, you can't answer twice. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I know you guys are. Yes, it does. I don't know how many RVs, don't come with some place to put your stinky slinky. I think most of them do. Most are in the bumper. However, the Tab 400 is not. But yes, the Tab 400 2020 model comes with a stinky slinky storage area. And TJ has actually put on an additional storage area on his tongue. And if you want to see how he did that, you can click on one of his videos and go check that out. So Rowdy One was correct and the first person to answer yes. I apologize for the craziness. Sure am having a good time. It says Workamper jobs. We're not doing Workamper jobs. We're doing that. So I appreciate everybody else for trying to answer the correct answer. Harry, you were correct, but actually late. And James, you said no, and that's not true. And Rowdy said yes. Bay Bear said yes, and Rowdy said no. And Loving Life Hitched Up knew the answer. So I do appreciate everybody playing along, and we'll do something next week. Jill has come up with a nice, let me see if I can get it up here, a nice cross stitch. It'll have the name of the winner and the date, on this side, the date of when you started RVing or when you bought your RV or whatever date you want to put on it. But it's a vehicle and a camper on a red road with other roads around it. It's a really nice cross stitch. It looks something like that. She's still got to do other things to it to finish it off. She's been working on it, and we're going to give that away maybe next week. We don't know. We'll see. But it'll be fun. Where's my Workamper stuff? Oh, here we go. I wanted to get that out of the way, and I got 5 minutes. I can't finish that. All right. Community shout outs. That's what we're going to do. We got 5 minutes. We're going to get some community shout outs going on. We'll get that done, and that's done. Here we go. There we go. We're not a grow channel. However, we do want people to introduce themselves to other channels and see other channels. And as you look in the chat and you see somebody that you're interested in, click on their channel and go over there and check them out. If you have a video that you would like to share or a channel that you would like to share, if you would, go ahead and put CC down in the chat so everybody can see you and see your channel. I appreciate it. We could probably do teal. We could probably do it in teal. Make the camper and the vehicle match, you know, the vehicle that you drive. I might have you ask Jill. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And if you're not a video creator or you don't have a YouTube channel and you just here to enjoy the live stream and soak up some of the content, and hopefully, you know, we give out some good content that you're interested in, go ahead and type NN. And everybody tell all the NNs thank you, and you appreciate them, and we're here for them. You know, creators support creators by coming over to their live streams and hanging out and doing the things that they do. NNs, they do the same thing. They are here for different reasons. Some are for content, some are just for community and having a good time. I try to give a little bit of all that. I like to put some content in here that people are interested in. And if there's something that I don't talk about that you'd like to hear me talk about, leave me a comment or send me an email or send me a message. I like to do that. I think that's an important thing to do. And you know, YouTube, it's a whole thing. It's people are creating videos. They're trying to educate and entertain people, and it's fun. And I enjoy it, and I know others do the same. And that's why we're here. That's what we're doing. Next week, I plan to have Dora and Ed from A Good Life. They are gate guarding in Texas. I don't know if their schedule is going to work out just right, but if they're available, of course. If they're available, of course, they'll be here. If not, we'll have another for a good show. We'll have a good time. And I do appreciate everybody hanging out, sticking around. If you had fun, type FF down in the chat. If you didn't have fun, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for you not to have fun. All right. So James, he says he's got a video out where you can meet his family. James is a good man. He lives up in the northeast of Pennsylvania, northwest. And if you got a chance, go over there and check his channel out. He's a good man. He's a good moderator, and I sure do appreciate that. Camping Therapy. I think she has a video out, and she's She's over in some campground at a rally, and I'm pretty sure she's going to have a video on that. Really good person, good channel, and you could check them out too. What kind of resin you got on your phone, B-Bear? Harry Leisure, we appreciate your time. B-Bear, we appreciate your time. Rowdy One. Midlife Detour, you're a new channel to this live stream. I don't think I've seen you before. I'll have to check you out. I'd sure do appreciate you coming by. It's really nice. I appreciate that. Michael Allen, you too. I appreciate you stopping by. Love and Life Hitched Up. Thanks so much. Thanks for being a part of this live stream. I think, people that are looking for information about Tab 400 or some of your adventures, I think they'll be checking you out. I hope so anyway. All right. I guess I sort of ran out of time. I talked too much, and, that's just the way it goes. I really do appreciate everybody. Thanks so much for taking a little bit of time out of your Friday, stopping by to say hello. If you like this video, click like down below and smash that subscribe button if you'd like to hear more stories like this one. New stories every week on Wednesday and Friday. We have a live stream, and if you want to be a part of that live stream, send me an email, send me a message on Facebook, and let me know what you might want to do. Might have you up here as a guest. It's up to you. It's always great to have these live streams. I really enjoy them. Thanks, James. I appreciate that. Dreaming Out Loud. Sure was nice to have you here, and I should be seeing you soon. Until later, thanks for your time. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Bye.